DJI has launched Mavic Air 2, so let's compare it with Mavic Air. And the first thing that you notice is the size has got bigger, so the weight has got bigger, and the price goes up as well because there are some features that have been added, although there are some features which I believe should be there, and I will also talk about them. So the first thing is the battery. The battery has more capacity, and that is the reason you have more flight time, which is 34 minutes. One more thing, which is internal storage, it remains the same, which was 8 GB in Mavic Air as well. I think this should have gone up, maybe 16 GB or 32 GB, somewhere around that place, but it remains the same. Then obviously your maximum flight distance has increased because the battery time has increased as well. Then if you see the wind speed resistance, it almost remains the same as for the Mavic Air. And now let's talk about the camera itself. The sensor has got bigger, a little bit bigger, and then you have this 48 megapixel option available as well, which gives you quite a bigger size image. As you can see here, 4:3 ratio image will be 8000 into 6000 pixels, and which was almost the half in Mavic Air. Then the field of view remains the same. It was 85 degrees and now it is 84 degrees, only 1 degree difference. Then ISO range, it has increased for video and still images as well, but it is still not that much as compared to Mavic Pro 2. Okay, then we don't have any shutter speed information, which I assume will be the same for the Mavic Air. And then I have already discussed this image size, which is this big. Okay, now let's talk about uh, the video, because video is very important. We have one additional or two additional features. The first one is you have now 60 frames per second 4K available, which was not the case. And then you have a couple of others as well, 50 and 48 as well, which were not available in Mavic Air. Then if we talk about slow motion, you have 240 frames per second, which was 120 frames per second before, and this is a very phenomenal thing. If you're talking about hyperlapse, now you can do the hyperlapse in 8K in Mavic Air 2. Then your maximum video bitrate, which was 100 megabits per second, now it is 120 megabits per second, which is a quite good thing, although 100 was also working fine, but obviously 120 will do it even better. Now let's talk about the gimbal. And if we talk about gimbal, 3-axis stabilization is there, which is available for all the Mavic Air modules, all the Mavic Air products, and all the Mavic and DJI products. And then you have this mechanical tilt, which has also been increased. Then you have operating frequency. The same operating frequencies is available for Mavic Air and Mavic Air 2. And notice one thing, Mavic Air, Mavic Mini did not have 2.4 gigahertz band for one of its models, but in this case they have added both of them. And then if you talk about the controller itself, your controller, these are the different specifications for the controller as well. And now you can operate between -10 degree to 40 degrees Celsius, which was not the case for Mavic Air, and its operating range was from 0 to 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, now let's talk about something which I really miss in Mavic Air 2. Mavic Pro 2 has variable aperture, and just like Mavic Air, in Mavic Air 2 the aperture remains fixed. which I think needs to be looked at, and DJI should pay more attention to it. Then internal memory, as I spoke about it, um, 8 GB is not enough. DJI should go higher than that. They should go maybe 16 or 32 GB, because sometimes it is very necessary to have this much space available. And the good things are the higher capacity battery, more flight time, slow motion has 240 frames per second, then your 4K can go up to 60 frames per second, and then you have hyperlapse, which can go up to 8K. Then you still have 48 megapixels option as well. You can really crop the image to a very fine detail, but the price is $200 more than Mavic Air. So if we consider all the specs here, I think Mavic Air 2 is a very good option to have. Thank you very much, and do subscribe to my channel.